What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Just recently I saw the announcement of the Canon 1DX Mark III. When I saw that announcement, right away I kind of looked at the specs that it has. You can shoot RAW with it. Not only can you shoot RAW, but you can shoot some very high quality video files that I was like, man, that looks so good, it looks so tempting. And it's pretty much almost the same price as a C200, which I have a C200 and I've been using a C200 for a very long time. So I don't know, I was a little tempted to maybe selling my C200 and just getting a 1DX Mark III. Why? Because we also shoot photos and it looked very tempting. So I kind of thought about it, but after all, I just kind of felt like I wouldn't be able to get rid of the C200 for the simple small features that it has that the 1DX3 doesn't have, or neither my EOS R has. There's just so much that this camera has that is very convenient and that I use so much when I'm out shooting. The reason why I wanted to make this video also is because this weekend I actually just went out and I shot a video for a church. And when I was shooting this video, I found myself, well, I shot this whole event using the Canon C200. And when I was out shooting the Canon C200, I was shooting just like this. I had no external monitor attached to it. I usually do attach a Ninja 5 on this, but on this shoot, I didn't have anything attached to it. I just had the monitor that it comes with and a few lenses, and that's it. And just having a camera and being able to film a whole entire event with no accessories, no HDMI cable hanging down, no big old monitor, or, you know, sometimes we need to connect a monitor. Why? Because we need to look at false colors, we need to look at focus peaking, we need to look at certain tools that those external monitors give us. But when you have a C200, in this case, I have all those tools built into this camera. So when I was out shooting, I noticed how simple, how fun, how lightweight, because this is pretty lightweight. And just I had everything within all these dials, all these buttons right here. The things that I use the most, the you know, like my ND filters, I put those on a lot when I'm out shooting. My focus peaking, when this has the magnifier in here where I can zoom in, make sure I'm in focus. It's almost like if it's just custom to what I need when I'm out filming. That is the benefit of this. Now you also have like the Pocket 4K. The Pocket 4K also gives you a lot of features that, you know, you have false colors, you got also focus peaking. But the thing with the Pocket 4K that I don't really find myself with it is that I do have to attach an external monitor. And the reason why I have to attach an external monitor is because I just don't really feel comfortable filming, even though I can see false colors and focus peaking on my LCD screen. I usually don't film like this and I'm like trying to look at the screen. Most of the time I have an external monitor, I tilt it and I'm looking at my image like this, and that's cool. But the reason why I'm not using this as much is because having to attach an external battery to this, having to attach an external monitor to this, and you guys can call me picky, but I just, the feel of the camera when I'm out shooting, and especially if I'm shooting an all-day event, it just doesn't really fit with me. I know I can buy external handles and kind of like rig this up for it could be customized to me, but the more things that I attach to a camera, I feel like there's just more things that are loose, or there's just, I don't know, I guess it's just being comfortable with your camera. With the C200, I just feel like I can just use a camera like this and that's it. Like I don't have to attach anything to this. Not only that, but just being able to record RAW simply on a CFast card. And yeah, I don't have to attach no external monitor. I can record RAW into a CFast card. And not only that, but I can record dual SD card slot and into 2 SD cards just in case I need a backup. Like everything on the C200 is just very convenient and it just works. That's one of the biggest reasons at the end when I was looking at the 1DX Mark III, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to switch over because this camera has everything that I need and that I'm looking for when I'm out shooting. Now, I also have the GH5 right here because the GH5 is a camera that does give you focus peaking. It does give you waveforms. It doesn't give you false color, but it does give you some of those features that cinema cameras have. Now, another thing I do want to say is with this event that we were shooting this weekend, it was pretty crazy because we had a film it was at a church, and every single session that it was going on at church at the very end of the event, I had to do recap videos, and the recap videos I had to push them out within 1 hour. So I had to sit down, import footage, put some music, get audio clips, and start editing as I go. And I have to move very fast. So I know with the C200, you got either you could shoot it in RAW, but you also have the XF AVC files that are a lot smaller and are a lot faster to edit. Now, most of the event I shot it with the XF AVC files, and yes, I was importing the footage into my laptop, and I didn't really have to convert proxy files. Like, those files were running really good with Final Cut Pro. The color on those files were really good also. The way I was shooting this event, as you guys can see the shots right here, since it was a very, very dark church, there was not enough light. I was shooting in YDR, the YDR profile. I wasn't shooting in log. I was shooting in the YDR profile, which I feel like YDR on this Canon C200 is a very good profile to shoot with. The reason why I want to touch up on this topic is because the previous year, the year before, I think it was 2019, we shot this same event, but we were using the GH5s, and I was using the GH5 and my wife was on the GH5S. And even though the GH5S is a little bit better in low light, still the Canon C200 is just such an amazing camera in low light, and it was able to handle those dark situations very good. Now with the Canon C200, the way I was kind of just shooting this whole event, and this is why I wanted to make this video, is because, like I mentioned earlier, I just had this camera just like this, exactly the way you guys see it right here. This is how I had it rigged up, or actually it's not rigged up, it's just stripped down. I took off this top handle. The smaller the better for me in this event, because I didn't want to be running around, everybody looking at me. I kind of wanted just to blend in the background and just have a small camera with me. This size right here is actually smaller than the Pocket 4K when the Pocket 4K is all rigged up. So this is actually lighter, smaller, and it's easier for me to just handle, like having this, and I can shoot video like this and I feel very comfortable. This whole entire event, I shot all these files, like I mentioned, it was in the XF AVC files, but I shot all of this in 60 frames per second. But none of these video clips did I slow them down. They were just shot in 60 frames per second. The music that I had was pretty intense, pretty up-tempo, and I wanted to show like the movement in this event. So since I shot it in 60 frames per second, I did not slow it down. I kind of wanted to get some of that jitteriness to it, or just you could see a lot of the camera shake. That look is very beautiful. So I wanted to stick with that. I don't want to have no slow-mo clips because I feel like in slow motion, it just looks very soft, very beautiful. And that's not what I was going for in this event. I kind of wanted to show the intensity of it. So it worked out very good. I was pushing the camera, the C200, I believe I was pushing it all the way up to like 12,000 ISO on some of these shots. And the files are just holding up very good. Like, I'm very impressed on the image that I got out of it. And honestly, like, I really wanted to do this video coming back because I was very happy with what I got, and just being able to shoot like this with one camera and a few lenses. You guys already know the way I run with my setup is just my camera and this bag that I have. I know I've made videos on this bag already, but this is all I use when I'm out shooting. Like in this event, I just had my camera on me, and I had this bag just strapped on me. And in here, as you guys can see, I have my lenses. I have Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter that I took, And then I had this 100 millimeter lens that I also took, the Canon 100. And I also had this 50, the Canon 50 1.2 lens that I took. I had fun, and that's what it's about. Like having a setup that's customized to what you need and what you want. And this is what made it feel comfortable for me when I was shooting. It wasn't about getting the perfect shot. It was just about getting a good movement and capturing the emotion that was going on. So I wanted to share this video with you guys and just kind of show you guys how I'm using the C200. Even though there's a lot of cameras that are coming out that are honestly very, very great cameras that are starting to probably get even better images in the C200. But this thing just has so much in it that I wouldn't be able to get another camera. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have a similar setup, if you guys are using the C200, let me know down in the comments. Let me know how you guys are using it. If you guys haven't already, follow me on my Instagram page. I will leave a link down in my bio. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. I appreciate you guys taking some of your time. I'll catch you guys on our next video.
Yo no sé si cree lo que estoy diciendo, pero aleluya. Siento decir, van a poder vencer todo obstáculo, van a conquistar la ciudad de Las Vegas, van a plantar iglesias satélites. La influencia de esta iglesia va a expandirse. Sí, pueden. En esta noche yo me siento correr con los caballos.